Hey pool owners, it's Rob with Inyo Pools. Today we're going to be talking leak detection, and joining us is Jason from Aaron's Leak Detection. One of the most common questions we get from pool owners is they want to know, do I have a leak or is this evaporation? A lot of people will use the bucket test method, and what do you think about that?
That's a huge question that we get all the time is, how do I know if my pool's leaking? The bucket test, it's fair because it gets people to at least pay attention, but it's not ideal. It's not apples to apples. There's not a pool that's going to evaporate as little as the bucket. A lot of times we've even had customers who report that their bucket gained water and they didn't realize that, overnight their sprinklers had turned on and hit the bucket. And, it's just not perfect. We've had customers who's, while they're gone for the day, their dog comes and drinks water out of the bucket and it drops way more than the pool. So it's not perfect. What we would ask folks to do, all you need is a ruler and a pencil and your pool. So you fill your pool up to the normal level. That's the middle of the skimmer face. You fill that pool up to the right level. Then you would go and turn off the pump. You want to leave the pump off for a couple minutes just to allow that water level to settle. At that point, you would take your pencil and you would go to the pool and open up the skimmer canister. On the back of that skimmer canister, get a mark of the current starting water level. Mark that level, and this is considered day 0. Then at your equipment, you would want to basically reduce or turn off as many of the elements as you can, the extras. So your water features, a spillover, things like that. Reduce that or turn it off completely if you can. Specifically a heater, you would want to make sure your heater's off. Reduce evaporation is the idea. So then return your pump back to normal mode, auto mode for 2 days. Let it run as normal, whatever normal would be, whether it's 8 hours or 10 hours, whatever you're currently running. Let it run as normal. Set a reminder in 2 days after 48 hours. So we had day 0 was Monday, 2 days meaning not tomorrow, meaning the day after tomorrow. Is that a Tom Cruise film?
Yes,
I believe it is. So we have day 0, then we have day 1, then we have day 2. So you would come out on the Wednesday, roughly the same time. We don't have to get that precise, but set yourself a reminder, come out, turn off the pump again, let that water level settle. Use an actual ruler and measure what was the inches or fractions of an inch that the pool lost. At that point, you have quantified your water loss. So the guideline that we would use, at least in Central Florida, for most of the year, we would expect 1/4 of an inch a day water loss on a pool that has no heaters and no water features running. That's screened or unscreened. That's a general guideline. If it was in the gray area, let's say, I lost 0.3 inches, or I lost just a little bit shy of a quarter of an inch a day. At that point, maybe do it for a week. Run that test for a week. Or if everything was fine and you were in the clear, less than that 1/4 of an inch a day, then do the test again, introducing those water features. At that point, you could introduce your spillover or your spray jets or whatever the case. So then you can one by one piece together the story of where is this water loss coming from.
Okay. So customers determine that they do have a leak and it's not evaporation. Are there areas around the pool they can check before they contact a leak detection company?
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, we would ask that you do first, because the last thing we'd want is you to pay us to come out. We do all this work to find it was something that you could have found on your own. So the number one most common area and the easiest place to check would be at your equipment. And the good way to do that, the most thorough way to do that, is to create what we call, I don't know if we call it, but white space around the equipment. Basically, you want to see the concrete pad that the equipment is on. With that being said, you may have to clear it out. A lot of times we've shown up and customers are like, yeah, I've checked the equipment, but there's a huge pile of leaves in the back hiding a very obvious drip. So you just want to clear that out of the way. Even in full sun, it might be a good idea to just get a flashlight. If there's a tight area between the house and the equipment, just check behind there really well. Make sure you don't see a little stream of water or a drip. A side note, a small drip of the equipment can actually be maybe more significant than you would think. If your pump's running for 8 hours and it's sitting there drip, 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 drip the whole time, that's going to result, maybe not in a day, but in a few weeks, in significant water loss cumulatively over that time. So yeah, I would say create white space around the equipment. That's a big one. Another really great place to check is your solar panels. A lot of folks will have solar panels. They don't They just take a look on the roof, maybe walk out away from the house and look on the roof and say, oh, it's not, I don't see any leaks, everything must be fine. But something we've noticed is sometimes there's a gutter system that's collecting all the water. Water's not rolling off the house. It's going into the gutter and going along the gutter and then coming down the downspout, which might be 15, 30 feet away from where your equipment is, so you're not thinking about it. So you want to check that downspout and see if there's any water dripping over there.
Okay, so you've determined you have a leak. You've checked around your pool for potential leaks.
Right.
What are some of the downsides of ignoring the leak?
That's a good question. The most obvious one is just the waste of the water and the chemicals you're just pouring out. The biggest, financially, the biggest hazard would be allowing your water level to drop below your skimmer face, burn your pump up, allowing your pump to run dry. A lot of manufacturers won't stand by a warranty, and there can be big issues with that. So that would be the biggest concern. But also, in addition to just equipment failure and wasting the water, in the cost of the chemicals would be contributing to the erosion in and around the deck and around the local area to the pool. A lot of times, and it's not uncommon, especially here in Central Florida, you'll see cracks throughout a concrete deck or even in a driveway or a sidewalk. What you will see with a pool that's leaking is that those cracks are more aggressive. More failure of that concrete structure is just folding as the supporting soil, the supporting sand is just being washed away. So that's something to look at. We haven't seen sinkholes.
Yeah.
That would be a little bit misleading or extreme to say that, but we have seen major failures and washouts and that kind of thing.
Okay. So when a pool owner is looking for a leak detection company, what kind of things should they look for? Or what kind of questions should they ask when they contact a leak detection company?
Yeah, a very helpful question to ask, and this might seem a little direct, but it would be to ask if their field technicians are paid by a commission. That's something we've seen in our area lately, where the field technicians are paid in a way that incentivizes them to make all kinds of construction repairs to your property that are unnecessary. So you can simply ask them, are your field technicians paid on a commission, or are they incentivized in any way to upsell the construction repairs? What we find in our business is that about 95% of leaks that we find, it's simply an epoxy repair. The repair is the easy part. Locating the leak is the difficult part. Of course, you do have that 5% of the time where it does need something bigger. So perhaps a plumbing leak or something like that that needs construction work. But again, that's pretty uncommon relative to the amount of times you can simply patch it up. So that's the thing. I would want the person coming onto my property to be incentivized to have some integrity and tell me what's happening with my pool, not be incentivized to upsell me. Secondly, a licensed pool contractor in your state. That's pretty important, a licensed pool contractor in your state. And then third, the most important thing is, well, maybe not the most important thing, but something that should be very high on your list of priorities when hiring a leak detection company would certainly be their reviews. On Google, we find there's just not a way to cheat that system. And I know when I'm trying to hire somebody to come out to my property, I'm looking for the highest reviewed company, and I'm happy with their work. So those would be three pretty important things to look for in hiring a leak detection company.
All right, excellent. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Right. If you guys at home have any questions for us, you can visit inyopools.com. And if you're in the Central Florida market and you're looking for a leak detection company, visit aaronsleakdetection.com.
Yeah, thanks so much.
All right, take it easy.
Have a good day.